Hello there. Today, being a Wednesday, we are having math, but we are gonna have a review. We're gonna have a review of some of the topics that we've learned so far. Okay, so we are gonna start with counting. We are gonna start with counting. Let's refresh our minds, or let us recall, or let us remind ourselves of what counting is all about. So we were introduced to counting numbers. So we are going to have a little practice of counting numbers from 1 to 10. So as we can see, this is our dice. And how many do you see? How many? Well, let's count together. 1. I can see only one dice, so it is 1. Now let's move on to this little animal. Well, this is a rabbit. This is a rabbit. And how many rabbits can we count? Well, let's count and find out. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we've got 2 rabbits. And right here is how we write these numbers. 1, 2. Now we have books. Okay, books. How many books are there? Let's count and find out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And therefore we've got 3 books. We've got 3 books. And now let's move on to this yummy fruit. This yummy fruit. Well, this or these, since there are many, these are pineapples. Okay, pineapples. And how many pineapples can we count? Well, let's count together with the teacher and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, we've got 4 pineapples all together. And now, up here we can see fish. And how many can we count? Well, let's count and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And therefore we have 5. And now we move on to the Christmas trees. These are Christmas trees. How many Christmas trees can we count all together? Well, let's count and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, we've got 6 Christmas trees all together. And now we have balloons. These are balloons. We are still gonna count and find out how many balloons we have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Therefore, we have 7 balloons all together. Now, let's move on to leaves. These are leaves. We call these leaves. We are also gonna count these leaves and find out how many they are all together. Well, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 leaves all together. And now we move on to the next number. And right here we've got teddy bears. We've got teddy bears and they look sad. I don't know why they look sad. Maybe you can ask them and find out why they look so sad. Regardless, we count. So, how many teddy bears are there? Let's count together with the teacher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hence, we've got 9 teddy bears all together. And lastly, for this part of counting, we have masks. These are masks. Masks are helping us fight against COVID this moment. So we are gonna count and see how many green masks we've got all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 masks all together. So that has been it for counting. We've counted from number 1 to 10. 1 to 10. And we've seen numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So from counting, we did move on to addition. Addition. In addition, we did look at the sign. In addition, we did look at the sign and we said that is the plus sign. Plus sign. The plus sign helps us know whether we are adding onto a number or adding onto items and making the number bigger or making the items more. So we use the addition sign to find out if we are dealing with an addition problem. Now let's look at a few examples to see what the addition problems we are talking about. Example 1, we can have 1 plus 2 equals 3. 1 plus 2 equals 3. This is called an addition problem, and this is a solved addition problem. So this is an example of an addition problem. Let's look at our problem number 2. We have 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. This is also another example of an addition problem. And lastly, we have 2 plus 3 equals 5. 2 plus 3 equals 5. This is also an addition problem that has been solved. All these addition problems have been solved. As we can see, we added numbers onto other numbers and the number became bigger. For the case of example 1, we added 2 onto 1 and we got 3. 2 plus 2 and we got 4. 3 plus 2 and we got 5. So with addition, the number becomes bigger. Number 1 can be represented in picture form as we have one duck. We added 2 more ducks. So 1 duck plus 2 more ducks, what do we get? Correct. We get 3 ducks all together. 1 duck plus 2 ducks gives us a total of 1, 2, 3. Gives us a total of 3 ducks all together. Now let's look at another example. This time we have candy. Candy. So we have 2 candies here plus 2 more candies. What do we get? 2 plus 2. What do we get? We get a total of 4. Okay, 1, 2 plus 1, 2, we get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this case, 2 plus 2 gives us 4. And now we have, these are stars. These are stars. And how many stars are they? They are 1, 2. They are 2 stars. Now we are gonna add how many stars? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we had 2 stars at first and now we are adding 1, 2, 3. So 2 plus 3 gives us a total of 5. Correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2 plus 3 gives us a total of 5. And that has been it for our addition. In our addition, that's what we did look at. And so we proceed on to subtraction. Subtraction. And in subtraction, we were introduced to this sign. This sign. How do we call this? Well, this is our minus sign. Minus sign. With a minus sign or subtraction, subtraction helps us to know that the total outcome has been reduced or subtracted. The total outcome has been reduced or subtracted. The number we had before has become smaller, or the total items we had before have reduced or become smaller. Okay, let's have a few examples to see what I'm trying to say. 7 minus 3, we get a difference of 4. This is how our subtraction problem looks like. And then 5 minus 3 gives us a difference of 2. And 4 minus 1 gives us a difference of 3. Okay, so now we are gonna try to reduce or subtract our items. But before we get to that, we have umbrellas. These are umbrellas. And how many umbrellas do we see? Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are gonna subtract or reduce it by 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how many umbrellas are remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, 7 minus 3 equals 4. And now we've got cupcakes. These are cupcakes, and we are gonna reduce them and see how many we remain with. If we reduce, how many cupcakes do we end up remaining with? But before that, let's first count and see how many cupcakes we have right now all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So altogether we have 5 cupcakes. Now we are gonna subtract or reduce them to see how many we are gonna remain with. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we had 5 cupcakes and we have reduced them by 3. How many cupcakes do we remain with? 1, 2. 1, 2. So we remain with 2 cupcakes. Therefore, 5 minus 3 equals 2. Okay, 5 minus 3 equals 2. The difference of 5 and 3 is 2. And now we have Santa Claus hats. Santa Claus hats. How many Santa Claus hats do we have all together? Well, let's count and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are gonna reduce them and then we shall see how many we remain with. 1 has gone. How many do we have now? 3. Therefore, 4 minus 1 equals 3. Let's count and confirm. 1, 2, 3. Very correct. 4 minus 1 equals 3. And then we looked at greater than, less than, or equal to. Greater than, less than, or equal to. And this is how the symbols look like. Okay, right here we've used the alligator mouth. The alligator mouth. This is the greater than sign. This is the less than sign, and this right here is the equal to. Remember we said the alligator eats the biggest, or it opens its mouth towards the biggest number. So for our example 1, we are gonna use balls. Okay, for example 1, we are gonna use balls. On this side we have 1 ball. On the other side we have how many? Let's count and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This other side we have 5 balls. So when we look at our mathematical problem here, when we look at number 1 and number 5, which number is greater, which number is less, or are these numbers equal? What do you think? Is 1 greater than 5? Is 1 less than 5? Or is 1 equal to 5? Let me give you a few seconds to think about it. Is 1 greater than 5? Is 1 less than 5? Or is 1 equal to 5? Well, time up. Well, 1 is less than 5, meaning 1 is smaller than 5. Example 2, in this case we have steel balls. In this side we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This side we have 6 balls. And this side how many? 1, 2, 3. So we are gonna find out if the 6 balls are less, greater than, or equal to. So when we look at our math problem here, is 6 less than 3? Is 6 greater than 3? Or is 6 equal to 3? Well, I'm gonna give you a few seconds to think about it. Well, 6 is greater than 3. So in this case, we have the greater than sign. And lastly, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 balls this side. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This side we have 4 and this side we have 4. So we are gonna find out if 4 is less than 4, 4 is greater than 4, or 4 is equal to 4. What do you think? I'm gonna give you a few seconds. Well, 4 is equals to 4 because it's the same number on both sides. So this number of balls, or this number 4 is equal to this number of balls, or this number 4. And that has been it for our review today. Dear students, kindly practice what we have reviewed in this lesson, because very soon we shall be having our final test. We shall be having our final test, and I want you to score as many marks as possible. Well, thank you for listening. Take care. Have a good day, and you'll be hearing from me very, very soon. But for now, goodbye.